Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're diving into something huge, really. A digital earthquake, you could say. It's this massive shift happening in digital marketing,
Okay.
mostly driven by, well, zero-click search and these new AI overviews everyone's talking about.
That's right.
We've gone through a lot of material analysis from SEO folks with decades of experience, hard data from big consulting firms.
Yeah, some really solid sources.
And our mission here is pretty clear. We need to really get our heads around this new reality. Because the old way, earning that click, it's just fading.
It really is. The ground's shifting under our feet.
Let's kick off with just how disruptive this is, especially for you listening. Sources are showing something pretty staggering. Around 80% of consumers, they're now finding what they need right there on the search results page.
80%. Wow.
Yeah, and for at least 40% of their searches. Now think about what that adds up to.
It's huge.
It means brands are seeing maybe 15%, even up to 25% less organic traffic coming to their websites across the board.
And that traffic drop, that's precisely why things feel so hostile right now in the market.
Pasta.
Yeah, commercially speaking, we're seeing what one expert nailed as the perfect problem.
Okay, break that down. What's the perfect problem?
Okay, imagine you're explaining this to your CFO or the head of marketing. You've got three things hitting you all at once.
Right.
1, click-through rates plummeting. 2, the total amount of search traffic actually available to click through to websites, that's going down too.
Okay, less traffic, fewer clicks on that traffic.
But, and here's the kicker number 3, the cost for the paid search ads you can still buy.
Yeah.
The cost per clicks, the CPCs.
Let me guess, they're going up.
Through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Historic highs.
Ouch. So the squeeze is definitely on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Marketing teams are under pressure, their ROI is tanking, and they look to organic search to pick up the slack. But guess what?
The traffic's not there like it used to be. It's been swallowed by these zero-click results.
Precisely. It's been intercepted. So this deep dive, it's not just about tweaking things. It's about figuring out how to survive, fundamentally, in this new game.
Okay, let's really unpack this. We need a solid foundation. So first things first. What exactly is a zero-click search? How has the experience changed for the average user?
Right. So a zero-click search, functionally, it's when someone types a query into a search engine.
Like Google.
Like Google, yeah. And the answer they need is given directly on that search engine results page, the SRP.
So they never leave Google.
Correct. The engine answers it so well, so efficiently. Maybe it's a quick fact, a currency conversion, a weather update, or even a summary of a complex topic that the user just stops.
Closes the tab or starts a new search.
Exactly. They skip clicking through to any website because their need was met right there.
Okay, that makes total sense for simple stuff like a capital of France or
Sure.
what's the time in Tokyo? You get a big box. Instant answer.
And that's Google's goal, right?
Yeah.
Immediate information satisfaction. We see it with facts, conversions, time checks, but increasingly also for quite complex questions,
How so?
where the engine uses AI to pull together a summary from different places. The point is, the user finds the answer, not just a link to an answer.
And the data shows this isn't just happening sometimes. It's the majority now.
Overwhelmingly so.
Yeah.
Globally, yeah, more than half of all searches on Google are ending without a click to a website.
Wow, more than half.
Yeah. And it's remarkably consistent if you look regionally. US, it's about 58.5%. EU, it's hovering around 59.7%,
So roughly 6 out of 10 searches.
give or take. And crucially, this isn't flat, it's climbing. Year over year, the zero-click trend is actively rising.
Is there data on that increase?
Yep. One report highlighted the U.S. specifically in just 1 year. Zero-click searches jumped from about 24.4% to 27.2%. That's pretty rapid acceleration in user behavior.
When you see curves like that fast adoption, I immediately think mobile. People wanting answers quickly on the go. Is it worse on mobile?
Oh, significantly worse. Or better, depending on your perspective. Mobile users prioritize speed, conciseness.
Less screen real estate, less patience maybe.
Exactly. They are much less likely to tap away from the SRP if they feel they got what they needed. The data's clear. Nearly half of all mobile searches, both US and EU, and the whole browsing session, right there on the results page.
So the mobile SRP is basically the destination now, not a waypoint.
For many, yes. It's designed that way.
Okay, so behaviors change drastically. What's actually causing this? Our sources seem to point to two, tectonic shifts happening at once. One internal to Google, one external.
That's a good way to put it. Let's start with the internal one, the Google-driven shift. This is all about generative AI summaries.
What Google calls AI overviews.
Exactly. Google's rolled out its large language models, Gemini, mainly to create these synthesized answers on the fly.
How do they work?
They basically scan and pull information from several different websites, mash it together, and present this neat, readable summary right at the top.
And the key thing is,
The key thing is, that summary is designed to give you that instant answer, so you don't feel the need to click any of the source links. It satisfies the query immediately.
okay, that's the internal push. What's the external pressure forcing Google's hand here?
Competition. Pure and simple. It's the rise of these other AI platforms, think ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude.
People are using those for search-like tasks.
Absolutely. People are turning to them for research, especially early-stage stuff. The numbers are interesting. Like 68% of people using these LLMs use them for summarizing information.
So replacing the need to read multiple articles.
Right. And 42% are using them for shopping recommendations, asking things like, what's the best TV under $500?
That's got to worry Google. That's their bread and butter.
It's a direct threat. Google sees people potentially bypassing traditional search altogether. So they have to make their own SERP more conversational, more comprehensive, more like an answer engine itself.
Makes sense. And there's one more structural thing, lowering clicks at other sites, right? Google kind of keeping traffic for itself.
Yes, and this is really crucial for marketers to grasp. When you actually look at where the clicks are going, almost 30% of all clicks from a Google search in the US don't go to some independent website. They go straight to another Google property.
Wait,
YouTube, Google Maps, Google Flights, Google Shopping. It's a very effective walled garden strategy. Keep the user, keep the data, keep the revenue potential within the Google ecosystem.
okay, so if traditional search is changing and clicks are going internal, where's the biggest internal winner? Where's that traffic flowing inside Google?
The undisputed champion is YouTube.
Really? More than maps or shopping?
Consistently, across the US, EU, UK data we looked at, YouTube is the top destination people click to from a traditional Google search result.
That's fascinating. What does that tell us?
It signals a massive shift in what people want from search. Often they're looking for video, visual answers, demonstrations, not just text, even if they start typing in the main Google search bar.
So marketers just focused on website text are missing a huge piece.
They really are. Think about it. The world's second largest search engine is YouTube, owned by the first. And it's increasingly sucking up engagement that used to go to blogs and articles. Meaning search optimization has to include video optimization now. It's not optional if you want to capture that intent.
Okay. This really sets the stage for, well, kind of a strategic nightmare for businesses, doesn't it?
It can feel that way, yeah.
If clicks are the currency of performance marketing and those clicks are just vanishing or going to YouTube, let's dig into the real economic impact. You mentioned that perfect problem again.
Right, the perfect problem. It's that triple whammy hitting marketing budgets.
Remind us.
Okay, clicks and click-through rates are down. Overall search volume to sites is down, but competition for the remaining paid search spots, the ads, that's intense.
Driving up the cost per click, the CPC.
Exactly. Soaring. We're seeing double-digit percentage increases year on year in some sectors.
So businesses are paying much more for less visibility and definitely less direct traffic you can easily measure.
You got it.
Oh.
Which leads directly to a collapse in return on marketing investment, or ROMI.
And that's going to get the CFO's attention.
It absolutely is. If your whole digital marketing playbook is based on that old funnel user searches, clicks your ad or link, lands on your site, converts, that model's shaky now, it's fundamentally broken for many queries.
So the finance department asks tough questions about the ad spend.
Right. And then the organic team, who might be expected to make up the difference with free traffic, they find their main source, the traditional organic click, has just dried up in many areas.
Swallowed by the zero-click features.
Correct. So it forces a really fundamental rethink of what success even looks like. You have to move beyond just attributing sales to the last click.
Okay, so the budget crunch is real.
Yeah.
But there's another layer to this crisis, maybe even more serious long-term, this idea of a data black hole.
Yes. Strategic blindness, you called it. This is about losing visibility into the middle of the funnel.
The consideration stage.
Exactly. That crucial part, where a user isn't just asking a first question, but they're researching, comparing options, asking follow-up questions. Is product A better than product B for my specific need? What are the downsides of service C?
And we used to be able to track some of that.
We did, through things like analyzing the search queries that brought people to our site, looking at their click paths on our site, maybe internal site search data. We could piece together what they were thinking, what comparisons they were making.
But now, that whole conversation is happening before the click. or instead of the click?
It's happening on the SERP. The user is essentially having a conversation with the AI overview or navigating through people also ask questions.
With the AI acting as the research assistant.
Precisely. The AI is pulling info, synthesizing comparisons based on complex language understanding. But because it's often a zero-click journey for the user,
We, the marketers, we don't see that conversation.
we get locked out. We lose access to that stream. We don't know the specific pain points they explored, the exact competitive questions they asked, the nuances of their decision-making process right there in the middle.
And if you don't know the questions people are asking, how on earth do you optimize your content? How do you know what to write about next?
You're flying blind. That mid-funnel data, those specific follow-up queries, that's what used to guide content strategy for the highest intent users. Without it, you're just guessing.
And attribution gets messy too, right? Did someone eventually buy because they finally clicked or because your brand got mentioned 3 times in an AI summary they read earlier?
Exactly. Our current measurement tools just aren't built for tracking that kind of subtle influence building. It's a massive challenge.
Will Google ever give us that data, that insight into the AI conversations?
That is the multi-billion-dollar question, isn't it? It remains one of the biggest unknowns. How much visibility will they provide into how AI overviews are generated and interacted with?
Which forces a revolution in metrics. If clicks are becoming less reliable, less available, what's the replacement? How do we prove marketing value now?
The consensus emerging is that the key metric is shifting towards visibility.
Visibility, meaning?
Meaning impressions, essentially, but measured much more strategically. It's less about how many clicks did we get from that keyword and more about query coverage and presence.
Okay, unpack that. Query coverage.
It means asking. For the set of questions and topics that really matter to our business, how often does our brand, our content, appear prominently in the answer? Whether that's in an AI overview citation, a featured snippet, a PAA box.
So it's a shift from measuring direct action, clicks, to measuring influence.
Precisely. Influence is the new goal. If you can consistently be the answer or part of the answer on the SERP for your important queries, you're building influence.
How do you track that?
You need to define representative sets of high-value queries for your business and then track your average visibility, your impression share for those queries compared to your key competitors.
So the thinking is, win the conversation on Google.
Yes. Build that authority. Demonstrate that expertise, the whole EEAT concept, becomes even more critical here. The idea is that this builds trust. So when the user is finally ready for a high-intent click later on, your brand is top of mind because you've been the helpful, visible resource all along, even if those initial touchpoints didn't involve a click to your site.
Okay, so if we're optimizing for influence and visibility on the SRP, we need to understand the battlefield itself. What are the specific tools, the features Google is using to answer questions instantly? And crucially, which ones kill clicks versus which ones maybe offer visibility and potential clicks?
That distinction is vital for strategy. You can broadly categorize these SRP features based on the user's likely intent and how probable a click-through is. Let's start with the ones that pose the highest risk of being zero-click. These usually serve very direct, simple informational needs.
Right, the click killers.
First up, the direct answer box. This is for your super simple objective facts.
Like how many ounces in a cup?
Exactly. Math conversions, time zones, dictionary definitions, basic facts like height of Eiffel Tower. The answer is short, definitive. The intent is completely resolved.
And there's usually no link, or it's tiny.
Right. Clicks are incredibly rare. Honestly, unless your business is providing basic facts, trying to optimize for these isn't usually worth the effort.
Okay, what's next in the high zero-click risk category?
The big one, AI overviews. The current disruptor.
These are the AI-generated summaries we talked about.
Yes, generated by the LLMs. Now, they do include links, citations back to the source websites they pulled from.
So there's some click potential.
Some, but the whole point of the overview is to be comprehensive enough, easy enough to digest, that it satisfies the initial query right there. The user gets the summary, the gist. Only someone with a really strong secondary need, like wanting to dive deep, challenge the summary, see the original data, is likely to click through.
So getting cited is a huge visibility win, definitely builds influence.
Massive visibility win. But don't expect a high click-through rate from the overview itself.
Got it. And the third one in this high-risk group?
The knowledge panel. This is that box you often see on the right side on desktop or integrated near the top on mobile.
For famous people, companies, places.
Exactly. Entities. It pulls together verified info from Google's knowledge graph, facts, history, key people, pictures, links to official sites, social profiles. If you search for, say, Apple Inc., you get the stock price, CEO, founding date, key products.
It's like a mini Wikipedia page right on Google?
Pretty much. It gives such a comprehensive overview that for basic factual questions about that entity, there's often no need to click away to their actual website.
Okay, so direct answers, AI overviews, knowledge panels mostly about satisfying immediate info needs, low click-through. Now let's flip it. What about the SRP features that offer high visibility but might actually encourage a click?
Right, the features with click potential. These are where the opportunities lie for both influence and maybe driving some traffic. Top of this list is the featured snippet.
This looks like an answer box, but it's different.
It is different. It's usually a block of text extracted from a specific web page, shown right at the top, often formatted as a list, a table, or step-by-step instructions.
Why does this one get clicks?
Because while it answers the query, if the topic is complex, or the list is long, or the instructions have many steps, the snippet often acts more like a teaser, an appetizer.
Ah, so you get the start of the answer, but you need more detail.
Exactly. The user might think, okay, that's helpful, but I need the full context, or I want to see all 10 steps, not just the first 3. So they click through to the source page. Winning a featured snippet is a double win, shows the AI trusts you, and can drive clicks.
Makes sense. What else falls into this category? Something for more exploratory searches.
Definitely the people also ask PAA box. This is a goldmine for influence building.
How does PAA work again?
It shows a list of related questions to your original query. You click one, it expands to show a brief answer snippet pulled from a website with a link to that site. But here's the clever part. Every time you click and expand one question, Google often dynamically adds more related questions to the bottom of the PAA box.
So it encourages you to keep digging right there on the SRP.
Exactly. It's designed to keep the user engaged on Google. But every time your content provides the answer snippet for one of those expanding questions, your brand gets exposure.
So you might not get a click every time, but you're building visibility across a range of related topics.
Precisely. Showing up repeatedly in PAA boxes for queries around your topic is a fantastic way to demonstrate authority and capture that crucial mid-funnel visibility, showing you understand the whole conversation.
Okay, one more key feature, especially for businesses with a physical location.
The local pack. Absolutely non-negotiable if you have a local presence.
That's the map with the list of businesses underneath.
Yep. For searches with local intent, pizza near me, electrician in Brooklyn, Google shows that map, and usually 3 business listings right at the top. Gives the address, phone number, opening hours, review ratings, all instantly.
So again, maybe not a website click immediately.
Often not. People might just call the number, get directions on the map, or see the rating and decide to visit. But being one of those top 3 in the local pack, that's huge visibility.
Drives foot traffic, calls.
And reinforces your local authority.
Yeah.
It tells Google you're a relevant, trusted entity in that specific geographic area, which helps across the board.
Okay, we've got a clear picture now. The landscape is tough, the metrics are changing, the SRP itself is the new main stage. So let's talk action. What's the path forward? How do marketers actually adapt? Where do you even begin?
I think the absolute starting point has to be psychological almost, a strategic break from the past.
Meaning
Marketers have to accept that the old way, the traditional SEO model focused purely on keywords, is basically broken for modern AI-driven search.
so just targeting specific keywords, trying to rank #1 for them based on density or links, that's not enough anymore.
It's not effective on its own. Because AI search isn't just about keywords, it's conversational. It understands semantics, natural language questions, context, follow-up queries. Chasing single keywords misses that whole picture.
Okay, so if the keyword-centric model is out, or at least diminished, what's the replacement? What's the new focus?
The strategy has to pivot towards what's often called a topical model of optimization. Think topical authority or content clusters.
Topical authority. Explain that.
The goal isn't just to get one page ranked for one specific phrase anymore. The goal is to cover an entire subject, an entire topic, so comprehensively, with such depth and breadth.
That Google's AI sees you as the go-to source.
Exactly. So that the AI overviews consistently reference your content as authoritative for the whole topic area, not just one little keyword variation. You want to prove you understand the entire conversation around that subject.
That sounds good conceptually, but maybe a bit abstract. How do you do that? How do you make that shift to the conversational engagement practical? You mentioned an FAQ strategy earlier.
Yes, the FAQ strategy is really the tactical engine driving this conversational SEO approach.
So instead of just a product page with features.
Right. Instead of optimizing that page for maybe 5 related keywords, you need to restructure it or build out a supporting content hub that anticipates and answers every single question a user might realistically ask about that product, that service, that topic.
Like playing offense against the questions you know the AI will be asked.
Precisely. Think back to that mid-funnel data black hole. We can't see the exact conversation the user is having with the AI anymore, so our best bet is to preemptively answer all the likely questions.
And the question itself becomes the target.
Yes, the full natural language question and its clear, concise, well-structured answer that becomes the new keyword you're optimizing for. This structure directly mirrors how PAA snippets and featured snippets are often formatted.
Making it easier for the AI to grab your answer.
Significantly increases the probability of your content being extracted by the LLMs for those features.
Okay, practical tips then. How do you execute a really good FAQ strategy?
First, find the right questions.
Yeah.
Don't just guess. You need to do your research.
Where do you look?
Use SEO tools to scrape people.
Ugh.
Also, ask results for your core topics. Dive into forums like Reddit, Quora, industry forums. See what real people are actually asking. Check your own internal site search logs. What are people typing into your search bar? Compile all those nuances, pain points, comparisons.
Got it. Find the real questions, then.
Then, structure the answers correctly. Each question needs to be clearly marked up, ideally using a header tag like an H2 or H3.
Okay.
And the answer provided right underneath it needs to be immediate, direct, and crucially concise. Aim for maybe 40 to 60 words for that initial summary answer.
Why so short?
Because that brevity massively increases the chance the AI will lift it directly for a featured snippet or an AI overview citation. You can always add more detail, elaboration, and links below that initial short, direct answer, but get the core answer up front.
Okay, so we've shifted the content philosophy. What about the nuts and bolts, the technical side? If we want an AI to read and trust our content, there must be some technical must-dos.
Absolutely. The technical foundation is more critical than ever, not just for ranking in the old sense, but for extractability. Can the AI actually find, parse, and understand your content easily?
What's essential there?
First is AI crawlability and accessibility. Sounds basic, but your content needs to be easy for these modern semantic crawlers, these LLMs, to consume.
Meaning?
Meaning get rid of technical roadblocks, things that LLMs struggle with, like critical content buried in PDFs. That's tough for them.
Okay.
Content hidden behind logins or paywalls, gated content. Effectively invisible to the AI generating public search results. Overly complex JavaScript that renders the main text slowly or obscurely. That hinders extraction too.
So clean, accessible HTML is key.
Clean, crawlable, indexable HTML text. The AI needs to see the words easily.
What else on the technical front?
Second, and this is probably the single most impactful technical action you can take right now, implement schema markup aggressively.
Schema, structured data. Tell us more.
Schema markup is basically code, usually JSON LD format, that you add to your web page's HTML. It doesn't change how the page looks to a human, but it explicitly tells search engines, and therefore the LLMs reading the pages, what your content is about.
Like labels for the AI.
Exactly. It removes ambiguity. You're saying this block of text is a question, this block is the answer. This page is about a specific product. This is a recipe. This is a how-to guide. This number is a review rating.
Which schema types are most important for winning in this zero-click AI-driven world?
For conversational optimization, a few stand out. FAQ page schema is absolutely vital for marking up those Q&A sections we just discussed. Massively boosts your chances of appearing in PAA boxes.
Right.
How-to schema is crucial if you have instructional content, steps, processes. Great for winning those valuable featured snippets.
Right.
If you sell things, product schema with all its properties like price, availability, brand, and review schema for ratings and user comments are essential. These help your details get pulled into shopping-related AI overviews and comparison features.
Why is schema so powerful for AI?
Because LLMs are trained to trust structured data. It's clear, unambiguous information directly from the source. It helps them understand context and facts much more reliably than just trying to parse plain text. Prioritize it.
Okay. Crawlability, schema, anything else technical?
Third, back to the content itself. Readability. This connects back to getting extracted for snippets and overviews.
How so?
You need to make your text easy to scan and digest, not just for humans, but for the AI models looking for quotable chunks. Use active voice. Keep sentences relatively short and clear. Break up long paragraphs. Use subheadings like H2s, H3s liberally. Use bullet points. and numbered lists whenever appropriate.
Make it easy to chunk up.
Precisely. AI extraction algorithms favor content that's already well-structured and easy to pull out self-contained snippets from. Dense, rambling walls of text. They're poison for snippet potential.
All right, so we've covered optimizing the content itself, making it topical, conversational, and technically sound for AI consumption. That helps win visibility on Google. But given that organic clicks are declining overall, relying solely on Google feels risky.
Extremely risky. Which brings us to the final piece of the puzzle. This idea of search everywhere optimization.
Search everywhere sounds broad.
It is. It's both a defensive strategy and an expansive one. It starts by acknowledging reality. The customer journey today is fractured. People don't just search on Google anymore.
They use lots of sources.
On average, maybe 10 different sources before making a significant purchase decision. They bounce between traditional search, social media feeds, asking friends, watching videos, reading reviews on retail sites.
So search everywhere means being visible on all those platforms where people might be looking.
Exactly.
Yep.
Brands need to ensure they show up wherever their audience is searching for information or solutions, not just hope they'll eventually land on Google. It's about diversification.
Can you give specific examples? How does this look beyond optimizing your website for Google, like, say, for YouTube or Amazon?
Okay, let's take YouTube. We already know it's huge for search. Optimizing there isn't just about a catchy title and description anymore, though those matter.
Who else?
Crucially, it's about the video transcript. AI overviews in Google search are getting much better at indexing the actual spoken content of videos. So, having an accurate, optimized transcript is key. Also, using YouTube's features like chapters, very important.
Chapters, like timestamps for sections.
Yes. That structured data allows YouTube and Google to potentially surface a specific segment of your video as the answer to a query right in the search results. That's a powerful zero-click visibility win, specific to video.
Okay, makes sense for YouTube. What about e-commerce, if you sell on Amazon, for example?
Right. For many product searches, Amazon or Walmart or other marketplaces is the first place people go. It is their search engine for shopping.
So optimization there is critical.
Absolutely. It means really nailing your product titles, make them descriptive. Include key attributes, max out your product descriptions, use all the formatting options like Amazon's A+ content, and critically, actively manage and optimize your product reviews.
Why reviews specifically?
Because reviews are a treasure trove of user-generated content full of natural language questions, comparisons, pain points. LLMs love that stuff. They frequently cite review sentiment or specific comments when generating shopping recommendations or summaries. Good reviews become SEO assets.
So this whole search everywhere strategy, it's not just about finding traffic elsewhere. It actually feeds back into performing better on Google too.
It absolutely does. It's a virtuous cycle. When you build a strong, visible brand presence across multiple authoritative channels, social, video, e-commerce, niche forums, you're actively building your overall expertise, experience, authority, and trustworthiness. That's EEAT.
And EEAT is fundamental for AI.
It's foundational for getting cited by AI overviews. The AI is designed to prioritize information from sources it deems reputable and authoritative across the web. If your brand keeps showing up consistently positively across many platforms, and those platforms often link back to your main site, you create this powerful signal of authority.
A halo effect.
Exactly. It reduces your dangerous reliance on just Google's core organic algorithm, and it increases the odds that when the AI does need to synthesize an answer for your topic, your brand is one of the trusted sources it pulls from. Visibility, authority, diversification. That's the trifecta for success now. Hashtag tag outro.
Okay, wow. So this deep dive, it's really hammered home that zero-click isn't just a trend. It's pretty much the new baseline for search. It's driven by these powerful AI overviews, these sophisticated SERP features, all designed to answer questions right then and there.
Yeah, the game has fundamentally changed.
And the solution requires a big mental shift, doesn't it? Moving away from obsessing over direct clicks and focusing instead on measuring influence, building that broad visibility, and totally rethinking content around natural conversational questions.
That's the core of it. And addressing that commercial challenge, the shrinking ROI, the loss of that mid-funnel data, it demands urgent action.
What kind of action?
Marketers need to double down on technical SEO, especially things like schema markup, making sure content is easily crawlable by AI. But at the same time, they need to get bolder, more experimental with creating that conversational, topical content that's structured perfectly for the AI to grab.
The old keyword stuffing days are definitely over.
Long gone. The new way is optimizing for the AI's conversation, anticipating the user's entire journey of questions. And I guess I'd like to leave you, the listener, with maybe one final thought to chew on as you frame your strategy.
Okay.
All the data shows clicks are down, yes,
Mhm.
but people are actually searching more than ever before, and Google's overall market share is still incredibly dominant.
So the internet isn't dying?
Not at all.
Yeah.
What's happening is that the SRP, the Google results page itself, has effectively become the new homepage for a huge chunk of the web. It's the destination.
Right.
So the critical strategic question you really need to ask yourself now is this. Are you still pouring all your energy into the old goal of trying to pull traffic away from Google, fighting against its gravity?
Mm.
Or are you embracing the new challenge, figuring out how to win the conversation on Google's turf? How to ensure your brand is the trusted, influential answer the user sees right there on the SRP, even if they never actually click through to your site on that first interaction.
Winning on Google, not just getting clicks from Google.
That's the pivot. That's what defines success in the zero-click era.